In The Surrender Experiment, spiritual teacher Michael A. Singer talks about how he stopped trying to control life and instead decided to surrender to the universe and allow that to guide his next steps. He had previously envisioned the secluded life of a yogi, spending his days meditating. But life pulled him into the realm of service, and as he advanced in his practice of surrender, he was pulled further from where he thought he wanted to go and closer to what felt like destiny. Similarly, the Stoics believe the universe that we inhabit is directed by a thing called the logos, that we're like a dog on a rope tied to a moving carriage. We can walk along with it, surrender to where life brings us, or we can resist and be dragged along anyway. Either way, we'll achieve what we're meant to. And even our resistance is built into the plans. It's really crazy as you try to wrap your hand around it. Epictetus has a metaphor for it, saying, "Don't you know that this life is like a campaign? One person must keep guard, another go on reconnaissance, and another goes into battle. It's not possible for all to remain in the same place, nor would it make any sense if they did." He's saying that our life is like a military campaign. A general is giving orders, and everyone has their own duties for the whole thing to run. Some people are cooks, some are soldiers, some are pilots. Your position is determined by your general, just like your position and role in life is selected by God, or the logos, or the universe. Whatever you're supposed to do is what you should be doing, but you neglect to perform the duties assigned to you by your general, and complain when you're given an order that's at all hard. Maybe this year you had the role of God's strongest soldier, and it's exhausting. But that's the role you've been given, because if you refuse to surrender and do your duty, you fail to realize to what state you're reducing the army. Because if everyone follows your example, no one will dig a trench, or build a palisade, or keep watch at night, or expose himself to danger, but everyone will show himself useless as a soldier. You have a duty that you were brought here to do. It advances humanity. If you don't do it, you are weakening the army. The life of every one of us is a campaign, and a long one, subject to varying circumstances. Maybe we had a bad breakup and we think we'll never recover. What if there's something there for you to learn? Maybe you're a drug addict who needs to go through the process of getting clean to deepen your character. It may not be straightforward, but looking backwards at the end, it'll all make sense. You must fulfill the role of a soldier and carry out every deed as your general bids, divining his will so far as is possible. This last line is interesting, as it's not always clear what we're meant to do. Sometimes we find ourselves at crossroads, unable to make a decision. I invite you to surrender and follow your heart. Follow what you think the general bids, and that may not always be the logical choice.